Welcome. RonandFez.com. The guys at the top of your money list. Goodbye. 1027 WNEW.
Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Down to the town, get your ass out the way. Cause here we come and we stringing this spectacle. Indian style, we got freak show, freak show. We're just some people don't like these honesties. Most people would love to be shot at these. If you think it's you good for us, like show freaks, let me know. And I'ma whip smack your cheeks. Come on.
Hello to you and yours. It's RonandFez.com.
The new guys are here, folks. First night ever on New York radio.
Mm-hmm.
And who stops in to see us right off the bat, Fezzy?
Our pal Opie.
Isn't that cool? Minutes before we go on, of course, we are in WNEW, which is basically the house that Opie and Anthony built.
Exactly.
He comes walking in here.
After a night of WWF action.
Very, very cool. Which we were just watching TV before and saw all the O&A stuff.
Exactly. The WOW banners filling the garden tonight.
So very cool of him to stop in. And against what? Everything we ever heard.
Sure.
It's always like when you get to a new station, you always hear who to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
And 99% of the time, it's a lie.
It's always going to be who's going to take Fez's lunch money here.
And it always turns out to be me. Wherever we go, I take your lunch money.
Mm-hmm.
We should get around to explaining the premise of the show.
It's RonandFez.com.
Basically, the way this show is going to work. And I think, is it the first radio talk show about this?
Yeah, first one ever.
Okay.
So we're right there in the front of it all.
Sure.
We're full frontal.
Sure.
That's what we are.
You're on the web at night, after midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go? Where do you surf?
That's what we want to know.
Where do you go check out? You check on your stocks? You check on the porn?
Do you put the children to bed and then it's naughty time on the web?
Or do you go places to meet people? Or do you buy stuff? Basically, I never know where to go on the web.
So
I'm on the web, but where the hell do you go?
Exactly. So as much as we tell you where to go, you can tell us where to go.
Now, we do have a guest coming up in just a few minutes. This is people that are already famous. Guy made $1 million plus off this little deal of his. VoyeuxDorm.com. Have you heard about them, Fez?
VoyeuxDorm.com. Now, this is kind of voyeuristic, obviously.
It's... I think there's 36 cameras in this house in Florida. 7 girls live in there. And they run around and do whatever they do. The cameras are everywhere in the house.
7 girls, 36 cameras. It's a recipe for fun.
So we hear about this, and we get and I guess it's VoyeuxDorm.com. So we go and check it out tonight, as the guy told us to.
Mm-hmm. Because
he's going to be on the show, and I'm going to have the girls on with us a little while. The minute, I mean the exact second, we turn it on, some girl sitting on the toilet. Now, is this more than you even want to see?
That might be. I don't need to see her scrubbing bubbles.
I literally think...
on the toilet.
I literally think that there are more people naked now on the web than ever. There's more porn. You know, we build this technology, and what are we doing with it? Porn.
Exactly. We're supposed to help mankind. Well, it is, I guess. You know, when we were children there, we went to so much trouble. We had to go build a fort in the woods and steal Playboys.
Right, sure.
And that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now it's a quicker way.
Now there's kids just going, oh, I got it. Now you probably watching people cross the street.
Mm-hmm.
So and if you want to tell us where you go, 212-757-1027.
That's 212-257-1027. That's the onlines if you want to call us. Also, if you want to cyber chat with us, cyber talk to us, you can email us at RonandFez.com.
Now, phone calls are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And our new producer guy.
Right.
This is also his first night of doing this job.
Of doing this aspect of the biz.
So I'm looking up and I see the phone's just blowing up right off the bat. But He hasn't gotten around to telling us what they do yet.
You know what? I also need...
You're completely clueless?
He's in the weeds.
Producer guy is having trouble. We're the new guys.
Honey, we've been on the air 5 minutes and you're in the weeds. What happened?
Here's what I love, Fezzi. You and I just walked in the building today.
Mm-hmm.
Producer guy has been here for 12 years. And he yells, I'm clueless. Phone ringing. What do now? Phone ringing. Help. Bells hurt ears. Used to sleep at night. Now you guys keep awake. Now phone's all lit. Well, I do like this, Fezzi, because I was nervous.
Look at the phone bank going off.
It is completely going off.
You know, I want to thank everyone. It's our first night. I do appreciate everyone calling RunandFez.com here. And your lines will be answered eventually.
Eventually. Here's the other thing, if you have any ideas for us. Because basically what we are doing is putting together not just the show, but a website about the web. So if you've got cool places to go, you could actually go to RonandFez.com and submit that. Now, we also have somebody else running the website because I have no idea how to do that. Have you ever put together a web page?
No,
No, me neither.
not at all.
You ever plan to?
No, not one bit. Don't
But
plan on getting off my fat ass.
But here's what I'm finding out, Fezzi. Every single person that has put up a web page has made at least $1 million, I think. It's that easy.
And, you know, eventually it's going to have to be so. You can put up a website about anything. That's the say. Everyone has access.
Sure.
Everyone has access to this loaded weapon.
And as soon as you do it, I think you make $1 million. I don't know how, but I keep, hearing these stories. How I made my millions. Help! Phone ringing!
Oh, producer guy.
Used to old rock format.
So he has gotten through some of the lines. They're now on hold.
Right.
Instead of just ringing.
Yeah.
And I need to push a button that didn't get pushed over here.
Okay, what exactly is that for? I'm always curious about that. Airphones?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. I like the fact that you're the cool, calm, collective guy. And the 12-year vet. Help!
Right there.
Thought we were counting down hits. So you can also, of course, go to RonandFez.com or 212-757-1027. Let's just take some of these, Fezzi, and see how he's doing.
Okay, we will check those out.
We'll take them, as they say in the biz, blind. We will take these blind.
Okay, I think this is it.
Okay. Hey, RonandFez.com. Do we have you?
You there?
Hello?
Yeah, how are you?
Hey, guys, you're on the air.
It's Joe.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
You guys sound good so far. Not bad.
No, thank you. Hey, I love being judged. I love being judged 8 minutes into the new show.
Appreciate that.
Hey, you guys keep it up like this. Syndication, you never know.
Actually, we'll talk about that a little later on. Thanks a lot, Joe. And always remember, you are our first caller.
Yeah, Joe, you're first one on RonandFez.com.
Now, do you have a feeling that he calls everybody's show and compliments them right away?
And gives them a little christening?
And brings up syndication.
I think that's probably one of his websites. Shows that I was the first caller on .com.
Mike, what's up? It's RonandFez.com. Hey, Mike.
Hello.
What's up?
What's going on, guys?
Nada, what's happening with you?
I don't know. Just caught your show.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, you kind of interrupted my love lines.
Yeah, well, love lines, everything's being adjusted around, and,
Let me wrap up love lines for you.
Yeah.
The girl lost her hymen, all
I
right?
brought that up a lot.
Is Opie still there or no?
Opie just walked out. He just came in, and he actually gave us like a blessing, like holy water on our forehead.
Our show was christened before it started, just minutes before it started.
Now, here's what I wonder, Fez. How long will that last? How long will we have that honeymoon with O&A before they turn on us and start to put the boots to us?
I don't think Opie's going to come in here every night to give us good luck.
No, I know that, but,
I would take it.
One day at, 5 o'clock, I'll hear about these two morons on in the middle of the night. But that was very, very cool of him. Actually, that's more than I would do for somebody.
Yeah, come walking in the middle of the night for someone.
Now, without a doubt, I realize he did happen to be in the neighborhood, but still.
That's still nice.
I've never so much as made a call.
It's nicer than anything we've ever done in our careers.
Yeah, that's true. RonandFez.com.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, it's Mike. How you guys doing?
We're pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were just learning the new, sandbox here.
Yeah, I got all new pretty buttons in front of me.
All right.
Yeah.
What buttons? What colors? Anything interesting?
Now,
they're kind of trailing off right now, man.
All right.
Hey, Mike, do you go on the web?
Huh?
Do you go on the web?
Oh, hell yeah.
Where do you go? Where's, your number one site that you always go to on the web?
Ooh. freepornmovies.com.
All right, freepornmovies.com.
I'm writing it down.
I'm going to jot these down myself, Fezzi.
And then there's another one, wackyuses.com.
All right, what happens with wacky uses, first of all?
I saw it in Stuff magazine.
Uh-huh.
It's just a bunch of, they tell you what to do with Coca-Cola. You could, take rust off your bumper of your car and...
Now, see, this
I
is
love this. I would have never thought to pour Coke on my bumper.
There's a better one. There's use toothpaste to dry out your zits.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you say toothpaste or toothpick?
Toothpaste.
Right.
Okay, because toothpick would hurt that blemish.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Unless you're heading to the prom, and then you can use the toothpick on it.
Well, then you better get one of those fancy ones with the little cellophane at the end if you're going somewhere formal.
All right, thanks, big dog. All right, now, that's cool, Fezzi. That's our first non-porn call. Wackyuses.com.
And we'll be checking that out. Because I want to know how much soda I need to pour on my bumper.
Does this one sound a little bit too much like hintsfromHeloise.com?
It's basically MarthaStewart.com.
Now, when you go on, Fezzi, do you go to anything? You have something that you go to every day?
That I go to? I like to check some of the wrestling sites, I guess.
Where do you go? Do you go to WrestleZone.com?
That's a good one.
What's another one that
Isn't there something Observer?
Yeah, the Wrestling Observer. That used to be a magazine.
Okay.
And then there's the...
Oh, no wonder it wasn't a computer. It was just paper.
Right, so that doesn't really count as much.
Sometimes I'm looking at things and I think it's a computer.
Then there is WrestleLine.com. And that's... I want to have some of those guys on. Those guys will actually let you know. They'll talk to you like you were in the business. That's what I like about them.
They treat everyone like they're Vince McMahon.
Right. And they actually probably got the business started a little smarter. And if you watch what happened tonight at Madison Square Garden with all the different stuff that, the WNEW listeners, the guys that are just doing stuff, the posters show up.
Right.
When would that ever happen before?
It's that easy now.
Where a radio show could get their listeners to go somewhere and show up with posters. That's how smart people are now.
And fill the audience. They know how to do it.
And it's a ball to watch.
Everyone's smart now. Everyone's smart to the biz.
Although I wonder what's happening for all the people that don't hear, A&O, and they're going, what's this all about?
The way the Wrestling Federations tour, everyone gets their turn.
Oh, everybody gets a shot.
212-757-1027 is the phone number for RonandFez.com.
Although producer guy is in the weeds.
Yes, he is. Everything's ringing off the site, off the hooks.
Now, also, we'll have Hamill coming up in just a few moments. He is the VoyerDorm.com guy.
He is the brain child that started all this.
And
the boy genius.
What he has done with this, Fezzi, he has taken one idea like this and built an empire out of it.
Nice. That's all it takes, is one idea.
Okay. So we got him coming up in just a few moments. Do we have him on now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is on?
Cool. All right. Now, this, of course, VoyerDorm.com. And if you want to link up to that, because you can't spell the name Voyeur. That's the one thing that Hamill did wrong. The name Voyeur is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, if anyone wants to play with this, it's VOYUER dorm, as in dormitory.com.
Or you could just go to the RonandFez.com site, and we have a link to that.
No, it's because Ron and Fez are a lot easier to spell.
Right. What's voyeur? Is that even a French word?
I think it's French, because the French think they're so smart, alecky. It's French for peeping Tom.
All right, do we got him on now?
We had him, and then that light went out, Ronnie.
Okay. We're in deep. We're in. The phones aren't even getting answered, are they?
Right now we are Rose and Jack, and we just heard that we hit an iceberg. That is our point right now.
Let's go to Dave here. Dave says he knows a lot of sites, and we'll get Hamill back.
Okay. Oop. All right, Dave, you're on.
How you doing?
RonandFez.com. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. What's going on?
We're basically talking about the internet, and we'll be doing that all night tonight. You do a lot of surfing, do you?
Yeah, I've been on the web since early '95, actually.
Now, early '95, that's when it was still pretty tricky to get around, right?
Yeah, very, very much. Like AOL 1.0 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, no joke.
You've got Pony Express.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, back in the day when I was searching around, back when Yahoo pretty much used to take every site that was available.
Right.
There was this one site that I found that I still go to that they're still plugging away. It's called the Egg Zone. You guys ever hear of it?
Egg?
Egg Zone, EGGZONE.
Well, what happens there?
It's like, from what I hear, it's like one of the first, like, you ever hear of The Onion? Or like Mad Magazine?
Yeah, right. The Onion from the West Coast, right? Like a humor magazine.
I hear The Onion about 2 hours after I eat it.
It's kind of like The Onion and Mad Magazine on crack.
Wow.
Oh, Crack was another funny magazine. All right, so this is like humor, that comedy, so to speak.
Yeah, it's off the wall, but they got everything. They have like I go personally for the music. There's movies and video games, and it's just the most. I actually had a chance to meet the guys who did it, and they're absolutely insane. They were on MTV actually recently.
All right, cool. Why don't you hook them up and have them do our show for us, okay?
All right, no problem.
Yeah, one of the things that we're going to do with people is you can book a lot of the guests you like.
Really?
Yeah. Because we really don't have a lot of time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got websites, you can, and you know you're into them, call up those folks and do a booking, and we'll put them on for you.
That's the whole idea behind this pajama party all night.
I think you guys would really like them. They're absolutely off the wall.
All right, hook it up, Dave, and thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, you.
Peace.
Thanks, Dave.
He's only acting like I know you guys would really like him, like long-time listener.
Sure.
Almost 15 minutes now. Love you guys. I know you guys. You guys are going to love them.
I have listened to you guys for seconds. I have loved it always.
You know, I go all the way back to midnight.
Really?
Yeah, before you guys sold out.
Wow.
You know, before you started to suck. Around midnight to 12:03. That's when you guys were hot.
We are RonandFez.com. You can call us 212-757-1027.
Or email us and give us your ideas at RonandFez.com.
All right, when we come back, we'll have Hamill, the man behind VoyerDorm.com.
And all the girls.
Nice. The Voyeur Dorm girls will be stopping by. RonandFez.com.
WNEW. Mason and Kalinsky mornings, the Radio Chick middays, and Opie and Anthony.
You hear about that whole thing with millionaires? There's a problem now that the insurance company that pays off the millionaires, they want less intelligent players.
When they spit that answer out, I want to get hit with drool. Get me that spaz kid from the Opie and Anthony show. Come on. Opie and Anthony, afternoons 2 to 7 on 102.7 WNEW. RonandFez.com. Masters of our domain name. 102.7 WNEW. Hello, ladies.
RonandFez.com.
We've got Hamill ready to go on. Hamill, of course, is the brain trust behind VoyerDorm.com. How, Fezzy, come you and I didn't come up with an idea of take a bunch of girls, put them in a house, put cameras in every room, their bedrooms, the bathrooms, the shower, even a booty cam?
I think you and I had the idea of spying on naked people, but Hamill was the one who actually made it work for him financially.
We used to, peek in your sister's room and never got paid for it.
Hey!
Oh, that's right, you weren't there.
Rude and rude!
All right, let's check in with Hamill, who is always in the middle of controversy because of this beautiful idea of his. Hamill, how are you, my friend?
Hello, Ron. Hello, Fez. How are you guys?
Good, Hamill?
I miss you.
Well, it's good to... Hamill, of course...
We're right outside the window.
In Florida, where we
now
used
you're
to
up
work.
in New York.
Now we're in New York.
Mm-hmm.
A week from tonight, I believe, we go on in Washington, D.C.
Awesome.
That'll be the next station. But New York, of course, is the Big Apple, center of it all.
The biggest of all apples.
Right. Now you...
Speaking of big apples,
Yeah, speaking of
how's the
apples,
Voyeur dorm going?
Huh?
How's the Voyeur dorm?
The Voyeur dorm is rocking, my friend.
All right, when exactly, explain this to people, Hamill, when did you come up with the idea? And, because were you the first to do something like this?
Yeah, we were, me and my partner David were the first to ever put a house on the internet. The first live cam, obviously, was the Jenny cam.
Right.
And then what we did is we took that, obviously, to a larger scale.
So what year was this?
Well, the original idea I came up with it in 94, the end of 94 going on 95, but it didn't make financial sense then.
Right, because not a lot of people were on the internet.
No, actually Jenny Cam wasn't enough. There was a live feed coming out of Amsterdam, and a friend of mine showed me it, and it like refreshed every 5 minutes, and I thought it was amazing.
Now,
That's when I started trying to think how I could pull this off.
Now, were you like a cyber geek at the time, or you were somebody just into content?
Never touched a computer in my entire life. I did a local TV show here in Tampa, so I was into like television production, and I also worked in radio here. So
you knew camera angles.
yeah, I knew camera angles. Actually, because I did a story for Forbes magazine, and I told him a story. I'm sure you're familiar with Home Shopping Club.
Sure.
I used to run cameras there back in '93, and I pre-programmed all the cameras to go up the skirt of the host. I lost my job, so maybe I had the voyeurism man in me back then.
They didn't know the visionary they had in their midst.
Now, the guy that was running Home Shopping, Bud Paxton, who Fez and I once worked for, is kind of a religious guy.
Yeah, he's
to the 10th power.
Yeah.
And so he's the guy who found out that you were, getting crotch shots.
Yeah. Well, I did it once, and I was escorted by security and my boss, and he told me I would never work in television again, and he was right.
Yeah, sure.
He's very religious, and the cross shouldn't be your legs.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, so how many girls do you have in the house right now?
There's 7 girls that live here in the VoyeurDorm.com.
Right.
And right now, we'll be up 2 years. We'll celebrate 2 years on the net next month.
Now, occasionally, you switch girls, right?
Yes. 2 of the girls, like when we came and did when you guys were over in,
right, on the East Coast.
So you've been everywhere.
I know, we have been everywhere.
I can't keep up with you. When you're on the East Coast,
right.
We brought Amber and Mila. Amber's still here. She's been here almost a year now.
Now, Amber is like one of the big hits, and she is in love with another one of the girls, right?
Yes, her and Alexis are a couple.
Now,
wow.
I have to tell you, out of any time that I've ever turned this on and Amber and Alexis are in bed, I feel like, I just hit 21 in Vegas.
Oh,
That's a jackpot time. Because those two will roll
the
up.
hard way.
Yeah, exactly. I'd hope 6.
RonandFez.com. We're speaking with Hamill. He is the creator of VoyeurDorm.com. 7 girls picked to live in a house and be looked at through 36 different camera angles.
Oh, actually, we're up to 57 cameras now.
No way.
Yes. Way.
Now, you are in what room?
Actually, I'm just walking around because I was out drinking and I hurried home, and I'm trying to keep my buzz going.
Well, it's good to know that you're all business. So
I'm all, you know me. I'm all about the business.
Right.
The image.
Let me know what room you are, and I'll see if I can't find
go
you.
to living room cam.
Okay.
Because Amber is very anxious to talk to you, sexy boys.
Oh, jeez.
If you want to check this out, it's VoyeurDorm.com. VOYUER dorm.com. And you can get signed up.
All right, now, Fezzi, I just switched, because as you do this, you can actually change the camera angles, like you're the actual director.
Yeah.
So I turn on the, and it looks like you got a couple of burnout people in the living room right now.
Hey, hold on. Amber, go sit down there. They want to look at you. Where is she at?
So he's sending, Hamill is sending Amber to the living room
if
cam.
you remember Amber.
Oh, yeah, I sure do.
Now, you mentioned that Alexis and Amber...
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Can you see him?
Yeah, I can. She's wearing a black T-shirt.
Yep, that's her.
Hot. Who's the little Lolita with the long hair I'm looking at, too?
That's Kelly.
White T-shirt.
She's the newer of the girls.
Now, when you say newer, you mean younger, because she doesn't look old enough to be in that house.
She's 12.
Really?
How old are you, Kelly? She's 20 years old.
Yeah, right. I'd card her. All right, so she's 20 years old.
Yeah, let's make sure this isn't voyeurchuckycheese.com.
ChuckyCheese.com.
Speaking of Chuck and the Cheese, I'm almost ready.
Yeah. You know, not to imply anything, Fez,
Yeah.
but I do have another thing we started called the Dude Dorm.
Really?
Yeah. It's the same concept, but all guys.
Hello, welcome to my
Hey, Hamill, are you living at that house too?
You know what? I opt not to live in that one, but you know, it's doing just as good. It's doing just as good as Voyeur Dorm. It's getting a lot of press.
All right, now, how many people, let's say Dude Dorm, where you have 7 dudes, 7 studs, all living?
Studs.
Now, how many people have signed up to watch this?
We started in December, and they got about 12,000 members already.
Really?
See, I'd be afraid I'd turn on there and some guy's dropping mud. You know, to me, it's like it's like joining a health spa.
It's nature, Ron. It's how
That's
God
right.
made us.
But seriously,
Nature take its course.
I don't understand why, if you are gay, you wouldn't just join the, YMCA and go down there and watch guys walk around naked and maybe even do some sit-ups.
It wouldn't be as fun.
You headed to the pool?
Yeah.
All right, what are the girls going to do for us tonight, Hamill?
Well, I'm going to put you on with Amber and let you talk to her.
Right.
I'm sure you're sick of talking to a dude like myself.
All right, now you got offended, didn't you?
No.
Now you got your little feelings hurt. And we cut into your drinking time.
No.
We'll click PudCam later on, all right? Right now we want to talk to Amber.
I'm an old Tampa boy, just like you guys. So
Thanks, my man.
I'm
All right,
gonna
let's
put
talk to
Amber
Amber.
on, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon again.
All right, we will.
Okay?
Okay.
Hold on.
Hello, Ron and Fez.
Hey, Amber, can you get out of the house right now?
Can I get out of the house right now?
Run.
Run? Okay, I'm heading out the front door.
Do those doors lock from the other side?
Exactly.
No, this is-
There's 7 girls locked in a house with this guy.
PrisonerDorm.com.
This is RickJames.com.
Take
Everyone
your
get naked and
pills.
take your pills.
That should be that would actually be a better name than Voyeur Dorm. Everyone get naked and take your pills.
They're not going to call this TakeYourPills.com.
No, we have Amber, and Amber, you have been here for almost a year,
Yes.
and you live in and by the way,
Basically
beautiful,
community service at this point.
beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
You actually, if it was the early 80s, you'd be the singer for the Go-Go's.
All right.
Belinda Carlisle?
Yeah, Belinda Carlisle meets Anne Margaret. And if you'd like to call this young lady and talk to her, because she's always looking to make friends, 212-757-1027.
Give us a call right here at RonandFez.com.
You know what? Maybe we could do, Fezzy, is one day give out a listener prize where listeners can actually go and live there for a couple days.
Nice. A trip to the Voyeur Dorm.
As long as it's a girl.
Now, what is the situation there? Oh, God, look, Hamill's back in the shot now, Fezzy, and he looks halfway through a bindle. Seriously.
Halfway through a what?
Through a bindle. I know you don't understand.
I don't know what that is.
Right, but he will. He'll know
I bet it's
exactly.
funny.
Yeah. Now
Hey,
you.
Hamill, what's a bindle?
Hey.
Don't ask Hamill that.
Careful.
He'll be
I
checking you
didn't get
for
the full sentence.
He'll be checking you for a wire.
Actually, look at this, Fezzy. Hamill, he's drinking a beer, and it looks like he's rolling a joint.
No, he's not. He's eating a chicken wing.
Oh.
Is that what we call it now, Amber?
That's what we call it down here.
All right. Deep fry a wing for me. All right, now, tell everybody how old you are, if you
I'm
don't mind.
20 years old.
20 years old.
Yes.
So you started here when you were 19 years old.
Yes.
And you...
Hey.
All right, now there's people drunk and they're yelling, you're not
They're
20.
yelling. They're all yelling at how old they are.
I understand there's beer and wings, but I'm going to have to yell focus, all right? Focus.
Now, every one of the rooms has a video camera, correct?
Yes.
And whether you go to the bathroom, people can watch you. When
Yep.
you go to the bedroom, people can watch you. And then every day you have to sit down and spend so much time chatting.
Yes. Like
How-
3 hours. We spend 3 hours each chatting with the members.
All right, who was that that just grabbed their breast?
Who was
Next-
that? All right.
Next to Hamill.
Who's grabbing breasts? That was Alexis. She was making fun of me.
Now that's
Like, hi, I'm Amber, and like grabbing her breasts.
Ah, because everybody gets a little disappointed because you're always the media, high media profile.
She's actually my girlfriend.
I know. I've watched you guys.
Stalking me.
We'd hate to see any horseplay get out of control there.
I had just started dating her when I came down there last.
Right. I didn't think
to Daytona.
I didn't think it was going to work out.
Yeah.
Because I thought she loved you more than you loved her, but no, I'm proved wrong. You guys still sleep together?
Yes, we still sleep together.
How often do you have sex?
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Is sex like an every night thing?
Depends, like, if she's mad at me or not.
Right. So if most of us let's say, Fezzi, we wanted to sign up for this, what time would be the perfect sex time?
The perfect sex time?
Yeah, because I only want to turn it on if
about once a month on...
Ew.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's a different thing.
Good sex time, I don't know, 11 p.m.?
One time, I actually, because Fez and I were doing a morning show at the time, 4:30 in the morning, I crank it up and I see the two of you there.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it's probably closer to 4:45.
Were we banging?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah, you were.
I can't sleep. We better get up and bang.
And I literally, Fezzi, called off work that day and stayed and watched.
Oh.
You said you had a cold.
Yes, I did.
Bastard.
I had a cold one.
Now, Amber, what made you decide to enter into thevoyerdorm.com?
I was sick of waiting tables.
Yeah.
I need something interesting to do. I want to be an actress, so I like, doing things where attention's on me. And
do you feel like you're an actress when you're in there? Do you feel like it, or do you just feel like you're living your regular life?
I pretty much feel like I'm living my regular life, but I get to go on all the TV shows and do most of the radio shows.
Uh-huh.
So I do most of the spokesperson and stuff. So I like being on TV and then coming home and turning it on and watching myself.
Now I saw you on Entertainment Tonight. You did Stern's thing, Get Together.
2020.
2020.
Roseanne. I'm about to go on Sally Jesse Raphael. I think I'm flying to New York this weekend to do that.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Well, you should stop in here one night with us.
I'm trying to talk Hamilton to go with me, so maybe we can do that.
That would be great. Who are you bringing with you?
Joey from DudeDorm.com.
Oh, jeez.
And hopefully Alexis, if we can get enough, because it's PrisonerDorm.com.
Uh-huh.
There has to be a certain amount of girls here at all times. So if there'll be enough girls here, we're going to see if Alexis can go. I'm going to buy her a ticket.
Ah.
So I don't have to be away from her.
And then you guys have a Madcap Manhattan weekend, huh?
Uh-huh.
Beauty.
Last time I went to New York, it was insane. I went there to do the Full Nelson. Have you heard of that show?
No, I've never heard of it.
I thought that was another one of your camera angles.
That was the one kid of Ozzie Nelson that it didn't work out with.
The bad seed.
Yeah, that was my first time to New York, and we flew there. We had to leave the next day, the next morning at 6 o'clock. So
Uh-huh.
we stayed up all night and partied and just barely made it to our plane. We got in the wrong limo, leaving the airport,
Now, how the hell
leaving
did
the
that
hotel. We get almost to the wrong airport, and the guy's like, "So you guys work for IBM?" And we're like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, you're going to Kennedy, right?" And I'm like, "No, we're going to LaGuardia." So he had to take us all the way back. So.
All right, this is VoyerDorm.com. The girls are on. Why don't you and Alexis just pull in front of the camera together?
We are on right now. I think we're on Patio Cam. If you want to check.
All right,
that
I'm
out.
going to check that one out, Fezzi, because you have to keep moving. There's 57 different camera angles that you can watch.
57 different angles, and the girls won't hold still.
How hot is it in... oh, okay. I see her. I don't know if I see you.
I just got up. So
okay.
Okay, I'm sitting back down. I'm on the table.
So I'm watching there's a little lag time here.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed Alexa changed her hair. It's very, very short now and blonde.
She cuts and dyes her hair about every week.
Why? What's that all about?
It gets boring.
At one time, she almost...
You gotta think of new things to do. So some people, go and paint the room. She cuts and dyes her hair.
So, Amber, just for the listener's sake, you hooked up with Alexis after you moved in the house?
Yes, I met her here.
Wow, how did that go down?
So this has been a complete 100% online relationship.
That's beautiful.
From the beginning.
Is it
got to watch us fall in love.
Is it going to be a permanent thing for you?
Absolutely. We're
Cool.
going to get married.
All right, what about a long goodbye kiss? We'll say goodbye to you guys.
Kiss?
Yeah.
I'll give her a goodbye.
There it is, right on camera, Fezzi.
VoyerDorm.com. You got to check this out. VOYUER dorm.com.
Or you can just link to it from our site, RonandFez.com. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm watching you guys right now.
We're in our pajamas.
Yeah.
So are we.
That's not true. Don't listen to him. All right, thank you very much, Amber, and we'll see you when you get to New York City.
All right, we'll give you a call.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care, dear.
Fezzi, that's exactly the kind of idea you and I should be into.
Mm-hmm. Camera angles.
All we need is an idea that we can make $1 million out of.
And we'll be like Hamill,
That's all
the creator of WearDorm.com.
Now, we are going to be surfing the internet all night long, but we are looking for good sites. So give us a call, 212-757-1027. If you actually have your own web page, we'll check it out. Or if you know some really cool sites to go to.
All right, we're going to help each other surf. Right here on RonandFez.com.
WNEW. The Radio Chick middays. Opie and Anthony afternoons. And Mason and Kalinsky mornings.
The guy in the videotape had the tattoo of Mr. Peanut on his butt.
Like Mr. Peanut from the
with the cane and glasses and the whole thing?
Planters Peanut.
Well, it would have been worse if the peanut was on the other side of his body.
Mason and Kalinsky mornings 6 to 10 on 102.7 WNEW. 102.7 WNEW.
RonandFez.com. The phone number, 212-757-1027.
This is basically a radio talk show about the internet. And by that, Fuzzy, we're not talking about, how to hook things up, how to hook your computer up to your scanner and get the, I hate any kind of show like that.
I know. We ain't going to help you with your modem, people.
Here's the
that ain't our gig.
Here's the point of the show, is that there's so many sites out there. And how do you find them? We depend on each other. All the best sites I've ever gotten, I've gotten from a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. Not by just going and looking on your own, because it's too much.
There is
too much web.
There's too much out there, and how do you know, Fezzi, what you want to look at, but you don't know yet? That's the problem with it. I mean, everybody can search and, put in cars and come up with 2,248,000 things about cars. But how do you know those really cool sites? Here's some of the stuff people have already told us to go to already tonight. WackyUses.com, EggZone.com, and one I'll be checking out, FreePornMovies.com.
Hello.
Some of the people we've got coming up later on this week is the ClubLovePeople.com. Have you ever heard of them?
What are they all about? What's ClubLove.com story?
This is the guys that got the video of Tommy Lee and his wife.
Oh, and Pamela Anderson Lee.
Pamela Anderson Lee.
Pamela.
Yeah, Pamela. Changes their name every time, those guys have a fight.
Every time.
I'm dropping the Lee.
Every time a video gets released, she changes her name again.
So we're going to take your calls, or you can check into our website, which is RonandFez.com.
Or call us right here, 212-757-1027.
212-757-1027. We're looking for the very, very coolest, weirdest, strangest websites you can find.
We want the freaks. We want the bizarre. We're going to be up all night with you.
And then we'll also hook you up with our web mistress, who'll be running our website, and explain some of that. Matter of fact, producer guy, when you get a chance, get her on the line.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take some calls first. Let's go to Craig. Craig, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, guys. Hey, pretty cool subject. I like surfing the web for kind of strange things myself.
When did you start? When did you start surfing the web?
A couple of years ago. I always do it late at night after my wife and kids are in bed.
I think that's the best time.
Good thinking, Baba Louie.
I think that's the time most people do it. That's why we wanted to do this show late night. It's easier to get on all these sites.
Exactly. Now all of a sudden, the AOL access lines are free.
Right.
I have a crappy old computer. Unfortunately, I tried pulling your website up and it kicked me off. But I'm going to try it again.
Oh, you know what you can do? You can go to a place for, on that same website for, an old-fashioned browser. Go down to the bottom and click. And it won't boot you as much. If not, if you don't have a newer computer, a lot of these websites, Fez, will give you the boot because all of a sudden you'll have all these pictures and stuff. And if you got a crap computer, you're out of there.
Wait, you got a hand crank on that thing?
I got two good sites for you guys.
All right.
All right, number one, you mentioned the Bazaar.
Yeah.
Well, how about Bazaar.com?
What exactly happens there?
What are we going to see at Bizarre.com?
Pretty much ultimate porno. You know, that's kind of what I look for. I don't look for anything but pretty much that.
All right, now, do you ever feel, now you basically are just a porn surfer, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Other than doing work on it, that's pretty much all I do, yeah.
Do you feel ever a little guilty that here's your wife and kids sleeping upstairs, and there you are at Bizarre.com?
Well, actually, it's kind of neat. But of course, actually, I wiped out the history and everything, so I don't leave any traces.
Now, did anybody ever walk up on you? The wife or anything?
Well, nothing, huh? Next thing you know, you're John Ramsey going to childbeautypageant.com.
Hey, you guys want to hear something really weird? I sell cars for a living.
Yeah.
I got a computer with the internet on my desk.
Yeah.
And so sometimes at night I like whip around a couple sites a lot faster than when I got home.
Sure.
Every now and then I'll turn around to the customer like staring over my shoulder going, oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Ronnie and I actually knew a guy one time that had one of those paper towel holders, dispensers, put in right over his computer.
That's how sick and twisted it was.
Good idea.
And his wife was saying, why do you have a paper towel thing here? And he's like, oh, you know, the computer gets dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Windex on the screen.
Don't touch any of those paper towels in the trash can. Keep the kids away from.
Hey, you know what's hard to explain?
Yeah.
To your wife is like when you get like, maybe you're drinking a little bit and you get on one of these sites, you accidentally give them your credit card number.
Right.
And then they like charge you double. And you're trying to explain to your wife, she's like, what's this charge?
All right, see, I've never used my credit card like that. I can't, I mean, I would like to join some of these sites, but I give my credit card to them.
I have looked at porn on the internet, but I have never done anything where I had to type in Fez Marie Watley.
Right. Tying your name in.
Once, and what a mistake. What a nightmare. And I got another site for you guys.
Okay.
And this is for anybody that wants to get onto something cool for free.
And this is totally free.
It's called ultrapasswords.com.
All right, and what they do is give you other people's passwords?
They hack. They hack through, but the problem is they have like...
They hack, you whack. It's a really nice setup.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Now, that's what makes you feel weird, speaking of doing that, but what I was going to tell you is about this, so you have to wade through like a bunch of crap.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? To get to, you know, the really good stuff. But it's worth it. You know, because sometimes you find some really wicked stuff on there, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Craig, you may be a twisted person. Sure. I'll tell you what gives it away for me, too.
I would check the trunk of any car you're selling, pal.
But see, this is the
body in there.
This is the part of the story. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the part of the story that we just blew over without paying attention to. He's saying a lot of times at work, I'll just check out some of my sites. When at work do you really feel you need porn?
Oh, pretty much any time. I mean, I'm there 24 hours.
In the middle of the day, I mean, it's in the middle of the day you need to see porn.
Actually, you know, it's more often not even going on the website. It's like later at night when there's not many customers. But during the day, I do my email.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of twisted friends, and they send me some wacky stuff.
Oh, yeah.